Shout Factory TV, changing the channel.
Hey, you put down those Memorial Day leftovers, press pause on your Arrested Development marathon, and cozy up to the warm glow of your computer monitor, because this is your weekly shout-out. Welcome everybody, my name is Brian Ward and I will be your host for the next few minutes as we give you a peek at the DVDs and Blu-rays we have hitting the shelves this very day. But up first, throughout 2013, Shout Factory is proud to celebrate its 10th anniversary, and over the last 10 years we've been asked a lot of questions. Well, we're glad you're here because this week we actually decided to answer one. It's a little segment I like to call Your Questions, Our Answers. Hey everybody, we're at the Shout Factory offices talking to one of the two masterminds behind Scream Factory, Jeff Nelson. The other, of course, being the DVD Blu-ray producer, Cliff McMillan. Jeff, how do you guys decide what kinds of titles get the real Scream Factory treatment?
The collector's editions. Well, Cliff and I are both fans of this stuff, like, by nature. And so when we get the titles and stuff, we see which ones have sort of the biggest fan base. Like, for instance, it's a natural for us to look at They Live or The Fog or The Howling because they have directors like John Carpenter or Joe Dante. We also kind of take into consideration of, on those titles, what extras can we get out of it? What cast we can get, what director, what writers, stuff like that, and make our choices from there as well.
What are the titles that you personally, being such a horror fan, are most excited about?
Well, that is a loaded question because I love all of our releases, but me personally, some people who know me very well know that The Fog is my all-time favorite film, not just horror film, all-time favorite film. I've seen it hundreds of times. So to be able to work on that title when I watched it all those times when I was a kid is kind of crazy. I also have a soft spot for the upcoming Ninja 3: The Domination, which is probably arguably one of the craziest films of the 80s. It's ninjas, The Exorcist, Flashdance, Poltergeist, all put into one and just made into one crazy movie that got a theatrical release and never was out on DVD or Blu-ray before, and here we go, we get to put it out. We just announced Psycho 2 and 3, definitely a big fan of Psycho 2. John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, love that film, just a great mood and it's good to see its sort of due respect. And one last one, I would say that we have a double feature coming out called X-Ray and Schizoid. They're two long-lost slasher films from the 80s, both from Canon Pictures, that are just kind of a hoot to watch. Never been on DVD before, or Blu-ray for that matter, and just the two of them together are just kind of a good night to watch if you like slasher films.
You're clearly having a lot of fun working on it.
Totally. This is a dream job for me, and it's surreal at times.
Awesome. Thanks for answering our questions.
Cool. Thank you.
Got a question for us? We're happy to answer it, or ignore it entirely. You can try your luck by asking your question in the comments section below, or you can find us on Twitter, visit the shoutfactory.com forums, or hit us up on Facebook. To find out more about the upcoming Scream Factory titles, you can also click right here to visit our Scream Factory channel. Now we're going to show you today's releases from Shout Factory, starting with 36 solid hours of creepy, crawly goodness in the netherworld. No, it's not the next Kardashian wedding, it's Beetlejuice, the complete animated series. This 12-disc set is available exclusively at Amazon.com for now, but if you're looking for something a little smaller, like say 13 episodes, you can pick up the 2-disc complete first season in stores today. They took his wife, his son, and his arm. But luckily they left his shotgun and raging thirst for revenge intact. William Devane and Tommy Lee Jones star in Rolling Thunder, a gritty thriller co-written by Taxi Driver's Paul Schrader. If monologues are more your thing, we're happy to present Swimming to Cambodia, a one-man show filmed by Jonathan Demme and starring Spalding Gray, adapted from his original 4-hour-long stage performance. This movie clocks in at 85 minutes, but I will warn you, there's no actual swimming, and it's not shot in Cambodia. Just so you know. Rounding out the Shout Factory releases this week are Priest of Evil and Season 2, Volume 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You can put episode 3 in the books. Check us out next week when we bring you a look at Electric Glide Blue starring Robert Blake. Yes, that Robert Blake. That and a lot more next week. Until then, check us out on Twitter, shoutfactory.com, and Facebook. You may now resume your Memorial Day leftovers and Arrested Development consumption.